Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to all my students. Okay, so today, we will learn, another topic. All right, so another topic in this syllabus, in chapter 7, we have clearing and settlement. Okay, so under this topic, we will look into the Bursa Malaysia Securities Clearing Sdn Berhad, and then Central Depository System or CDS, and then we have Fixed Delivery and Settlement System, or we call it as FDSS. And lastly, we have Institutional Settlement Services or ISS. Okay, so at the end of this chapter, the students are able to describe the central depository system, the fixed delivery and settlement system, and also institutional settlement services. Okay, so first of all, you must know how to define, or what is the definition of clearing and settlement. These two terms is differ each other. Which means that clearing is the process of determining accountability for the exchange of money and securities between counterparties to a trade, whereby it creates statements of obligations for securities and or funds due. Whereas settlement means the completion of a transaction, wherein securities and corresponding funds are delivered and credited to the appropriate accounts. Means that clearing, clearing is about the process of an investor depositing their money, and then the money will be linked to the Bursa Malaysia Depository Sdn Berhad in order to approve, to make sure that the transaction is approved, and legal. All right, and then settlement means that the process is settled, is approved, or is legal. So this is the definition of clearing and settlement. Okay, so settlement modes. So clearing and settlement of contracts executed on Bursa Malaysia. So the clearing and settlement of contracts executed on the two exchanges are based on the FDSS, whereby the settlement is on T plus 3. So the financial settlement of securities is done on a net basis. So this is the settlement mode. The clearing and settlement modes are based on the fixed delivery and settlement system or FDSS. And then also we have institutional settlement service or ISS. So ISS is an optional service. This is optional service whereby non-trading clearing participant, or we call it as non-TCP, are able to clear and settle directly with BMSC. So settlement of ISS is on T plus 3 and on DVP, delivery versus payment. Basis whereby the transfer settlement, will be completed on the same day. So what is T plus 3? You look, you identify the word T plus 3. So what is T plus 3? T, is the transaction date. Transaction date. Okay, meaning to say that, okay, if the transaction, okay, is what we call been done on certain date, we call it as T. We put it as T. Okay, all right. So meaning to say that after all the clearing and also what we call the confirmation order. Okay, the confirmation order has been approved by the Bursa Malaysia. So the date, okay, is we put it as T. Okay, for example, today, okay, today you make an order, you key in your order, and later Bursa Malaysia approve, and then today is the T. Alright. +3. What is meaning of +3? +3 means that you have to deposit your money. Okay. This is if you are in the case of buyer side. Okay. You have to deposit your money in 3 working days. Working days. Okay. Alright. So if let's say you find out that the term is T plus 2, meaning to say that T plus another 2 working days. Okay. So for buyer side, alright, we have T plus 3. Okay. For the seller side, we have T plus 2, meaning to say that the seller will get the amount of money for the shares selling, all right, within 2 days. Okay. If you are a buyer, all right, you may clear your account, meaning to say that you have to deposit your account. You have to make sure that your account is enough to buy the stocks, to pay for the stocks, all right, within T plus 3. However, if you want to settle your account within the same day or maybe T plus 2 basis, it's okay. But the maximum day is 3 working days. By 12:30 p.m. Okay. All right. So, all right. For example, today is for the transaction date is, for example, Friday. Okay, Friday. All right. So after that, the another +3 working days is we count it from starting from Monday next week. Okay, we cannot count plus apa we call Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, you cannot count like that because Saturday and Sunday is not the working days. Okay, so we start on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Alright, so Wednesday is the last payment for buyer side. Last payment, alright, by 12:30 p.m. Okay, understand everyone? Okay. Okay, so rationale for reducing settlement period. Okay. Okay. For your information, long time ago, alright, so long time ago, the uh, the basis is T plus 14 actually. T plus 14 days. So you have, as an investor, you have about 2 weeks to settle. This is what we call wasting our time and did not create an efficient or effective transaction. Okay, so Bursa Malaysia, okay, has reduced from T plus 14 to T plus 10. Okay, again, okay, still cannot achieve the efficient and effective transaction, business transaction. Okay, so from T plus 10, okay, they reduce it again, all right, to T plus 5. Okay, so again, okay, due to the technological advancement and so on, okay, because as you know that previously, okay, we use certificates and so on, all right, so nowadays, okay, we have what we call eliminate all the certificate, the papers that will what we call uh, bring you to the information of the shares buying or selling the shares, right? So from T plus 14 and reduce to T plus 10 and also reduce to T plus 5, and the last reducing day is T plus 3 for the buyer. Okay, for the seller is T plus 2. Okay, so what are the rationale? What are the rationale of reducing settlement period? Okay, so number one is to reduce time taken between execution of trades and settlement. We want to reduce the time taken. Okay, and number two, to generate liquidity. We want to generate the liquidity market where buyer will receive shares and seller will receive the cash earlier. Okay. And number three is to standardize the settlement system in line with other major stock exchange. Okay. Okay, now we go to the Bursa Malaysia Securities Clearing Syndrome Berhad or BMSC. Okay, so this is one of the subsidiaries under Bursa Malaysia. Okay, so previously, it is known as Securities Clearing Automated Network Services Syndrome Berhad or SCANS. Okay, so after uh, KLSE changed its name to Bursa Malaysia due to the demutualization KLSE Act. All right, so Bursa Malaysia has set up their own subsidiaries, and one of them is BMSC that focus on clearing and settlement activities. Okay, so BMSC was incorporated on November 12, 1983 and commenced operations in March 1984 as the clearing house. Okay, appointed by Bursa Malaysia. Okay, so BMSC provides clearing and settlement services to trading clearing participants and non-trading clearing participants. Okay, you may refer to your manual book. What are the list of TCP and non-TCP members? So BMSC, okay, only monitor, only handle, okay, the domestic contracts of all securities listed by the exchange. Okay, for international contracts, or we call it international stocks. Okay, so Bursa Malaysia will not handle for the international stocks. Okay, so all trades transacted on the exchange under a ready basis are settled by BMSC under a T plus 3 settlement cycle. Okay, so what are the objectives of BMSC? Okay, so first is providing clearing and settlement services with facilities for clearing contracts done between them. Okay, and then next is delivering stocks and securities to each other, and then receiving stocks and securities from each other, and also receiving or paying any amounts payable to our payable by such clearing participants. Okay, so now we go to the Central Depository System or CDS. Okay, so what is CDS? Okay, in 1993, CDS has been introduced, okay, to replace the practice of holding and moving the physical scrip of quoted shares. Okay, so this CDS account is a safe and dependable computerized book entry system. Okay, so as you know that previously, very long time ago, okay, the transaction, okay, is what we call using the traditional way. For example, delivering the certificate, okay, make an order through call, through fax, and so on. So in 1993 onwards, okay, so CDS has been introduced. Okay, so these are the Sharia investing landscape on Bursa Malaysia. Okay, so the CDS is based on the fundamental principle of book entry, okay, as a means of representing ownership and movement of securities. Okay, so CDS account holders, okay, will enjoy the convenience of electronic securities transfer and trade settlement, besides being able to obtain up-to-date information on their shareholdings. Okay, meaning to say that, okay, every investor that wish to invest in stocks, so they must open CDS account. Okay, so CDS account will act as a place, as a facility for depositing, withdrawing, and so on. Okay, and then besides, you may get information, okay, related information from your CDS account. Okay, all right, so they also reap the benefits of reduced costs and risk previously associated with physical script settlement environment. Okay, so you may look into the figure, okay, appear in the slide. Okay, all right, so okay, everyone must understand, okay, the definition of CDS. Okay, now we go to the Bursa Malaysia Depository Sdn Bhd or BMD. Okay, so BMD provides an efficient clearing and settlement of securities. Okay, basically BMSC and also BMD will what we call cooperate together, work together. Okay, work together in order to smooth the process of clearing and settlement, okay, from buyer and also seller. Okay, so the principal activity of BMD is the operation and maintenance of CDS, okay, in respect of shares, stock, bond, debentures, or other securities. Okay, next we have practices computerized depository system that makes, okay, the delivery and clearing of shares more efficient and convenient. Okay. Okay, so what are the information? What are the important things, okay, under CDS? Okay, so we have CDS facilities. Okay, so stockbroking companies in Malaysia which have been appointed by BMD, as ADA, Authorized Depository Agent. Okay, under section 13 of the SIGDA. Okay, in order to provide CDS facilities and services to the investing public. Okay, all investors who intend to trade in any type of securities listed on the Bursa Malaysia, okay, must open a CDS account with an ADA of their choice. So basically, every stockbroking company and also investment bank, okay, all right, so they are appointed by the Bursa Malaysia Depository to give, okay, to offer the facilities of depository for the purpose of clearing and settlement. Okay, so each investor may open only one account, one CDS account in one ADA or stockbroking company. Okay, So if you want to open into another stockbroking company or ADA, you may do so, okay, but only one account with one agent. So CDS account, individual investors can open only one CDS account per ADA, but he or she cannot do so with as many ADA as he likes. Okay, but a corporate investor can open multiple accounts with the same ADA. Okay, so what are the what we call the activities, the facilities offered? Okay, first is opening, updating, suspending, or closing a CDS account. Okay, next, processing a deposit of scripts, and then third is book entry delivery of deposited securities, whether in respect of a trade or dealing in securities. Okay, and then inquiry into status of deposited CDS account. And then lastly is request for additional statement. Okay. Next, the facilities are deposit. Okay, so effective on November 1st, 1998, it is mandatory to deposit shares of companies listed or proposed to be listed on the Bursa Malaysia to be deposited with the Central Depository. Okay, so deposit is a facility to convert the shareholdings held in physical form to scriptless. Okay. Okay, next is transfer of securities. Transfer of securities, okay, meaning to say that when you as a buyer, okay, you pay for the stock and later, okay, Bursa Malaysia will transfer your securities, ownership of your securities, okay, into the CDS account. Okay, or if you are a seller, okay, you must make sure that, okay, you have the stocks that you want to sell in the account, and later Bursa Malaysia Securities will monitor and also handle the process, and later they will deposit the stocks into the buyer's account. Okay, all right. Next, we have withdrawal. Okay, withdrawal is a facility that enables depositors to convert their shareholding held in scriptless to physical form. Okay, under this facility, the depositors can withdraw securities from their CDS account. Okay, and in turn receive a physical certificate. Okay, so effective on September 1st, 1998, deposited securities are no longer allowed to be withdrawn from the system except in the following circumstances. Okay, number one is to facilitate share buyback, to facilitate conversion of debt securities, to facilitate company restructuring, to facilitate rectification of error, and so on. Okay, meaning that Bursa Malaysia Securities and also Bursa Malaysia Depositories just handle and monitor the activities on buying and selling the stock only. Okay, not handle about the share conversion or what we call restructuring and so on. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is not homework. Okay, so interbranch IBT, okay, the main objective of this facility is to allow depositors to perform CDS transaction requests such as deposits, transfers, updating and closure of accounts, okay, and then account balance inquiries and printing of ad hoc statements as the other branch office other than the other branch at which the relevant account is maintained. Okay, interbranch transaction. And lastly is trade settlement. Under the CDS, all security settlement processes are done at the investor level. So for a contract done on a ready basis, the book entry, crediting and debiting of shares from the client CDS account is done on T+3 by 9 a.m. Okay, the CDS account will only reflect the share quantities in the account and not the value of those shares. Okay, the quantity. All right. Okay, we look into the inactive account and dormant account. Okay. All right. So A CDS account, okay, which has deposited securities will be designated as inactive account, right? When there has not been any credit or debit for 36 months from the date of last entry. Okay. However, the account holder may continue to perform all CDS transactions except for outward transfers and trade. Okay. In order to perform any trade activities or outward transfers on or after the date of inactivation, the account holder must first apply to his ADA to reactivate the CDS account. So the reactivation is FOC. Okay. So what is dormant account? Alright, so a CDS account which has no deposited securities, for example, nil balance, okay, and has not have any credit or debit entry for 36 months from the date of nil balance, alright, will be designated as dormant. Okay, once a CDS account is designated as dormant, the account holder will not be able to perform any CDS transactions. Okay, in order to perform the trade, okay, so the account holder must first apply to his ADA to reactivate the CDS account. Okay, so there is a reactivation fee will be charged. Okay, so you have to differentiate between inactive and also dormant, because this subtopic is very what we call popular to be asked in the examination. Okay, now we go to the fixed delivery and settlement system, or FDSS. Okay, so you may refer to your manual book on the explanation, detailed explanation on FDSS. Okay, but basically you must know that there are 4 types of clearing and settlement using FDSS. Okay, we have contract done on ready basis, contract done on immediate basis, payment for buying in contracts, and direct business transaction. Okay, what is buying in contract? Meaning to say that when the buyer, okay, confirm that the stock is belong to him or her, meaning to say that they have to pay the stock, right? Okay, but the buyer cannot afford to fulfill the requirement within the T+3 date. Okay, so the stock will not belongs to the buyer itself, because the buyer cannot afford to pay, or maybe they have something that some problems that arise in order to deposit the money. So the stock itself, we call it as buying in stock. Okay, in bahasa we call it as lelong. Okay. Okay, so you may refer, okay, the explanation, the differences between those 4 types of clearing, okay, in your manual book. Okay, and lastly, we have institutional settlement services, or ISS. Okay, so ISS is a service offered by Bursa Malaysia through BMSC to institutional investors. So this is especially for institutional investors. What is institutional investors? Okay, from corporate, from companies, and so on. So they have different settlement services. Okay, not what we call not included in the FDSS service. So the ISS is aimed at achieving an enhanced DVP environment that is consistent with most jurisdictions. So the objective of ISS is to reduce the settlement risk exposure of institutional investors, and then to enable BMC to make payment directly to the institutional investor settlement agent upon delivery of securities on the settlement date. Okay. Okay, so we have come into the end of chapter 7. So I hope that everyone, okay, will, okay, do your own revision, will understand, okay, my explanation, okay, and will do your own revision. Okay, you may refer to the manual book, okay, in order to get more explanation. Okay, and then later you are encouraged to do your own revision. Okay, all right, so thank you for your time. Assalamualaikum.